You're live.
Okay.
Now you can stop bugging me. Now you're on air. Now everybody on Twitch can see the monster you are.
I just wanted clarification. I wanted to know what was happening, and I
Yeah.
wanted you to tell me what was happening, and you wouldn't. So,
Every week I change things up by doing the exact same thing.
I don't know. You just were silent for like 10 minutes.
Look, I
while
don't want to
sat
do
here.
this on air. I don't want to do this in general. So, all right.
A lot of frustration, a lot of rage coming up out of you.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
I guess.
My toilet was leaking.
You and Garfield. Well, I don't have heat. I haven't had heat for almost a week now.
Okay, my toilet was leaking.
Okay, well, my shower was leaking.
Oh, no. Was
Yeah,
it really?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you don't have heat.
A rough time. I
Do
know.
you still not have heat?
No.
Why are you here? Why aren't you at home providing heat for
Just-
your family, I guess?
Yeah.
Just watching
Yeah.
Al Pacino's
good
Heat.
question. Good question. Yep.
Have you tried that?
Watching Al Pacino's Heat? No, I actually have never seen it.
It's like 3 hours long. You
Oh.
just put it in your DVD player. Boom. Who
That's
needs a
long
furnace?
time. Yeah, who needs
Heat.
it? Mm-hmm.
You could watch Body Heat with Kathleen Turner, William Hurt.
Yeah.
Might be a little too
What
sexy.
about In the Heat of the Night?
Yeah,
Can I watch that?
yeah.
Okay.
Very relevant too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's left?
I think that's it.
Heat Wave. What's that?
Nothing.
Towering Inferno.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
could be real
I
warm.
actually would like to see that. I love those 70s disaster movies like The Poseidon Adventure.
Mm.
I love The Poseidon
Yeah.
Adventure.
And you were born in 1970 what?
I was born in the 80s,
Darn,
Eric.
you can't be a
Very,
disaster
very
movie.
similar to when you were born.
That's true.
Yep.
But anyway,
Yeah.
we're not recording. This isn't the podcast.
I know.
I just want you to know.
I bring my A game for the podcast. This is
Jeez.
just a couple of bros chatting.
All right. This is going to be 160 what? 166.
Well, you've been wrong
Ooh,
before.
Number of the beast.
Hmm.
166.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Off by about 500, but still.
Hades.
Heads in the right game.
P.O. Box
Yeah.
166.
Yeah. I like it.
Hades, New York.
Well, do you want to start the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than ever.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Welcome to episode 166 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, literary news, prize news,
Yeah.
Titans
I think
news.
that's literary news.
Yeah, it is.
The prize that we're going
Yeah.
to be talking about. That's right. We cover all things books, and sometimes we delve a little deeper into media because the library is many things. It's not
Yeah.
just books. It's
Yeah.
movies. It's programs.
Yeah.
It's music.
Dance offs.
It's art. There's some dance.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to do a little bit of everything today,
Mm.
really. We're mainly going to be talking about two areas of focus. First, as promised last week, the Man Booker Prize was announced, so we're going to talk a little bit about the winner. We will have that in our collection. We'll remind you of the short list and talk a little bit about the winner. And we're also going to talk about The Dead Zone by Stephen King. This is our poorly chosen Halloween
Yeah.
book club book because it is not scary,
Yeah.
not really horror in any
Yeah.
way. It's a light, we're
Yeah.
cart before
Save
the
it.
horse,
Save
folks.
it,
We got to
yeah.
save this. So we're going to be
Um,
talking about those two big things a little later on.
Hey, sorry. I know I was doing the Twilight Zone, but I don't know if the listeners know.
Uh-huh.
I know I was doing the Twilight
You
Zone
do know.
theme when
Okay.
you were doing the Dead
Even
Zone.
though I said
was
Dead Zone.
playing on it.
Well,
The Dead Zone will make a better 20-minute Twilight Zone episode than it did a book.
probably.
So,
Probably.
yeah.
But again, too soon
Yeah.
because we have to get into all of that. I also want to mention, just as a public service announcement, if you and your friends, listeners, if you guys do an annual Halloween movie watch-a-thon,
Uh-huh.
I don't recommend
Oh, yeah.
the 90s
1994.
drama. Certainly not horror.
Thriller?
Certainly not comedy. Movie starring Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, so right there, great cast.
Keep
James
going.
Spader.
Yeah, there you go.
A cameo from David Schwimmer. Maybe that's what made it a stinker. I don't know.
You think that's what...
I
You
don't-
think David Swimmer's
It
2 seconds where he's
was-
like, he took my
this
handcuffs.
is a ridiculous movie. Like it's like I said, it's not funny. It's not scary. It's just like if Jack Nicholson was playing like a Spider-Man type character, that's what it would be. It's like a superhero movie for like middle-aged people, I guess, who are
Wait,
boring.
aren't I middle-aged?
Are you middle-aged? I guess it depends on when you plan on dying.
I'm 32.
So you're going to die when you're 64?
Jeez. If I make it to 64, I did something right.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, we watched this all 2+ hours of over the weekend, and I do not recommend. This is all the books coming out strongly against Wolf, starring Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer.
We teased you last night for picking maybe the worst movie we've ever watched in these 4 years
Okay,
of Halloween
all right.
thing. But
Well, you
to
chose
be-
Eight-Legged Freaks last
to
year.
be
so.
fair,
Yeah.
I don't think I could have ever expected Jack Nicholson to be this boring.
Yeah, I know.
Because I figured I'm like, it's going to be cheesy in certain ways, but at least like Jack Nicholson will be playing like a werewolf.
Yeah.
No.
No.
He plays the book publisher role
Yeah.
way more seriously.
Yes, he does.
And interestingly.
Honestly, so this is about, like, Jack Nicholson is a book publisher,
Yeah.
and James Spader's kind of gunning for his job. I wish that we could go back and recut this movie to remove everything involving a wolf.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the book publisher plot.
Yeah.
You know?
That's all it. That's
If you just cut everything else out,
Yeah.
that's fine.
it seems like they wanted to tell that story.
I guess. I mean, even if you look at the cover of this movie, it looks cool. It's got a very
Well-
don't you think? I think it's got like a very like noir, like classic kind of vibe to it. It seems like it's going to be a cool movie.
I
and
think
it's
the
just
warning
not.
signs is that it's in 94. I
And
think
nobody's talking about it. So-
Yes, but I
Yeah.
think that's like a time in the 90s where that cheesy stuff didn't work so well
Okay.
anymore. I think maybe if we were talking about like 1988's
Yeah.
Wolf starring Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer,
Yeah.
we'd be having a different
Yeah,
conversation.
you're probably right. You're probably
So-
right. Well, anyway, that's just a little public service announcement. Be safe this Halloween and don't watch Wolf.
Don't watch Wolf.
All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Let's crack open the old bookmarks, huh? Let's see what we've been reading, what we've been watching, what
All
we've
right,
been doing.
Go ahead.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
All right. I had a busy week of booking here. I
Okay.
I read Dear Martin by, who's the author on this? Do you remember? It's a YA book. Nick Stone, is that what it is?
Nick Stone, yeah.
Nick Stone. Okay. It was pretty good. I was enjoying it. Basically, it's about a guy who is trying to help his girlfriend into a car, and the cops think he's trying to like rob her. So then he's kind of like dealing with the aftermath of that, just like emotionally. And he starts writing letters to Martin Luther King, just like talking about this. So it's a really good premise, but it kind of, I don't know, it goes off the rails towards the end. It just seems like kind of a Hail Mary ending that I thought sort of took away
All right.
the more like realistic, or what I guess my perception of what's real
Right.
early on in the book.
Your perception of what's real.
Well, and then it gets to the end where it's just sort of this like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
if everybody had that kind of opportunity, we wouldn't have problems. So I don't know. I was
Okay.
really impressed early on, and by the end of it, I was sort of not feeling
Right.
it anymore. So
Do you think you misunderstood the story? Because often when you're writing letters that you're not planning to send, it's because you
Yeah.
had a breakup.
right? Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I also read The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. So Kristen Hanna, author of The Nightingale and other such things.
You love the Nightingale. You love talking about it.
I didn't.
Well, good news.
So I read The Great Alone, and this is about a Vietnam vet who inherits some land in Alaska and just picks up and moves his family to like the frontier of Alaska in the
And
70s.
if you don't think that's Nick's daydream, you're crazy.
Yeah, you are crazy. So anyway, this book was much better than The Nightingale,
Ooh.
I would say overall. The
Yeah.
Nightingale deals with a really heavy issue in kind of a pulpy movie of the week kind of way, which is entertaining, but given the subject, it just, I don't think it plays that well, but whatever.
Okay. It's a
This-
novelization. I can't even say novelization. Never mind. Go on.
The Great Alone struggles with some of the same problems. It's like a development happens late in the book that just sort of like, you just don't understand why the characters are behaving in a certain way and why the people in their orbit are like supporting this way they're behaving. It just seems like she needed to get the characters to a certain point, and this was the road she chose,
Right.
and just jammed it in there whether or not it fit. And so at that point I was like, oh, I was loving this book, but she brought it back. She got it around in the end.
Nice.
So by the end of it, I loved it. So I 5-starred it. So
Yeah, I
don't
saw
know
the
what-
5
I don't know
stars
what's
on
become of me,
Goodreads.
but
Yeah.
I was really impressed with this book.
Yeah.
It does have an unfortunate little jag where things go, and you're like, can't this book just be over? But then
Right.
stick with it is my advice, folks. Stick
Yeah.
with it to the end of The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. Kind of made me want to check out some of her other books.
Oh.
I don't know.
Like the Nightingale?
I've read The Nightingale.
Oh, okay.
But, like Firefly Lane or some of the other
Yeah.
things that she's done. Anyway, I liked it.
Firefly Lane sounds nice.
I was impressed with it. I would like to do this one for a book club because there is a lot of meat to discuss. I think more so than The Nightingale. The
Yeah.
Nightingale sort of, I don't know. I guess I should stop beating up The Nightingale. But
Yeah.
I mean,
we can reverse this bus one more time if you want.
It tended to lean on the melodrama
Uh-huh.
and let that guide the story. Whereas The Great Alone didn't do that, but it still had some similar weaknesses. But all in all, good
Okay.
book. And then I read Blackbeard's Ghost by Ben
No,
Stahl.
I'm sorry about that laugh.
That's okay.
Okay.
Now I've grown up with the movie with. Have you seen this movie with Dean Jones?
No.
It's a Disney movie about a guy who buys some sort of antique and he
No.
sits on it and there's like an incantation on a scroll inside of it. He
Mhm.
reads it and this like fun-loving, bumbling Blackbeard's ghost shows up and then he helps him like win a girl and
No.
win a football game, as I recall.
What?
This book had nothing to do with that movie,
Right.
other than the fact that there's Blackbeard's ghost.
Uh-huh.
Nothing was similar.
This is
Like,
a horror book.
no, but none of the characters from the book have even like, oh, I sort of see what they were doing there.
Yeah.
No, it's just a completely different story based on the similar premise that Blackbeard's ghost comes back and
Okay.
he's not a crazy intense pirate. He's just kind of a boob.
Okay.
So,
2 questions.
yes,
Do you think this inspired Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
maybe.
And when do you think we're going to get the Saving Mr. Banks telling of the
Version.
making of this movie?
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah. You think
so-
Tom Hanks is up to it?
Yeah.
I learned when I was reading this, though, because I wasn't sure if this was because it's a movie cover,
Uh-huh.
So I wasn't sure if it was a novelization or if it was
Mm.
based on the novel, because I'd certainly never heard.
And then
of
you
the
read
novel
it.
before. Yeah, and there also is a sequel.
Oh.
So do with that. what you
Redbeard's
will.
ghost.
No, it's the same thing. Like Blackbeard's ghost is hanging around, but there's like spies that come in.
Ooh. Yeah.
We'll see how I feel.
Blackbeard's ghost versus the Nazis.
next Halloween if I want to read that. I
Okay.
don't know. But it was okay. It was okay. And it was illustrated. The guy who wrote this is
Yeah.
primarily an illustrator. He worked on a lot of big movies, illustrator for the Saturday Evening Post and stuff. So the illustrations in there are very like folksy, charming kinds of things. But there's this and the sequel, The Secret of Red Skull, not the Marvel villain.
Oh. That's just, I just said Blackbeard's ghost versus the Nazis.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty great.
So we'll see. Next year, maybe I'll be telling you about The Secret of Red Skull. But right now,
We
that's
are
not my
the
plan.
Nazis and we shall
I
conquer. Oh no,
read-
it's Blackbeard's ghost.
2 graphic novels.
Sorry.
Superman Wrath of Gog, which is like what, an early 2000s story. Look, it was bad.
yeah,
we, don't
this
have to
is-
we don't have to talk about
This
it.
is Chuck Austin. He did an X-Men run that is probably one of the most reviled
Oh.
runs that I kind of liked at the beginning, but at the end, even I was like, I can't defend this
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean, I was sort of okay with this. It stops right in the middle, so there's a second volume that we don't have, so I'm getting it through interlibrary
Uh-huh.
loan, but I was not impressed. The other thing was The Light of Kalis, which is a Star Trek Discovery graphic novel. It's
Oh.
like background on the Klingons, which is the worst part of Star Trek Discovery. But the graphic novel was kind of fun. Gave a little insight. It's still the worst part of Star Trek Discovery, but,
Yeah, you
whatever.
don't like Klingons.
It's a
That's why
fun,
Worf
quick
is your
read.
like 9th favorite character.
Yeah,
I don't-
that's probably true.
Yeah,
I like it more than I like Tasha Yar. Don't get me started.
yeah. But you don't like Next Gen.
I like Next Gen.
You like Next Gen books more than you like the Next Gen show.
Look, it's hard for me now to like go back, I think, and watch Next Gen. It's very like optimistic in
Yeah.
a way that I don't know plays super well anymore.
sure.
But I don't want to.
You prefer the
I don't
you
wanna-
get out of here of Next Gen of
I don't want to
Discovery.
cause any discord in my marriage, so I can't say
Oh, that's
anything
true.
too bad about
Yeah.
the Next Generation because I do like it.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Okay.
I'm current. Oh boy.
Oh, hold on.
The President is Missing by James Patterson and Bill Clinton.
I'm glad you said bye because for a second I thought you were announcing something.
Oh.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
Go on.
Anyway, this book you may have heard was a
Uh-huh.
smash bestseller for many, many months.
Smash Mouth
I put
bestseller.
this copy on hold several months ago,
Yeah.
and it came in over the weekend, and I was like, you
Ooh.
know what? I'm going to do it. So I
Nice.
downloaded it. First of all, Dennis Quaid is terrible on the audiobook.
What?
I'm like inner space terrible. He was very bad.
Context.
I listened to about, I don't know, 45 minutes of it. It was just like, can I say sucks on the podcast?
Yeah.
This sucks. This is so bad.
Yeah.
Like President Mary Sue going through like righting all the wrongs.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was terrible. It was really, really bad. I mean, maybe it's gonna come around in the end, maybe it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, no, you really gotta stick through the first 200 pages and
Right.
then but this guy's not gonna do it. So
Okay.
I tried for the sake of the podcast,
Right.
for the world of popular fiction, but I can't do it.
Okay.
So
Sorry, man.
The President is Missing from my to-read list.
Okay.
Anything else that I want to mention? Well, I'm currently reading 2 things. I'm currently reading Hauntings by Nancy Holder, which is a Smallville book
Yeah.
based on the popular CW WB television series Smallville
Was the show still on when it became CW?
from yesteryear. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yep. And it's fun. It's fun so far. I've never read one. Eric bought me one forever ago that I still haven't read,
Yeah.
but I plan to.
To be fair, it's a Chloe book. It
I
looks
know,
like.
I
Sorry,
know.
sorry.
I jumped this one to the top because it's a Halloween one.
Yeah.
So I figured
Yeah.
no time like the present.
Sure.
So I'm reading that, and I'm reading the Injustice League, which is volume 6 of the Justice League run.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. I'm
Oh.
really liking it so
Okay.
far. I have one other thing to mention.
Yeah, you do.
Folks, I watched the pilot of Titans,
Yeah.
the new DC Universe show on
Uh-huh.
the DC Universe app.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that frustrates me so much about Titans. So if you heard anything about this, it's based on the Teen Titans. So, Robin and Starfire and Beast Boy and Raven and all that, which has always been a pretty fun run. I mean, it had serious things, of course, like Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, the animated series, made it very goofy, but it's never been like a real dark, gritty kind of thing. It's always been sort of fun.
Uh-huh.
And so for the new Titans show, their thing was like, well, Titans is fun, and people hate the dark DC stuff, so let's make Titans unfun and make it super dark,
Yeah.
and just see what happens.
So much that like Ben Affleck's Batman was like, damn.
yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, he's like throwing up. He can't handle it.
Robin.
He can't handle it. Here's the frustrating thing about this. I think it's well cast. I think it's pretty well produced. The story is interesting,
Mm-hmm.
and the violence is just off the charts, cartoonishly
Yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
graphic, and just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And what I wish is that we could just have this in like a form that we could go online and just like manipulate it a little bit, because all you have to do is just stop the camera and move on to the next scene, and you got a great Titan show.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Robin's gonna take this whole thing down. He goes down in a cloud, and you see like the classic poop, and then it's like, no, we're gonna really see this through.
Uh-huh.
And then it's just like violence, blood.
Uh-huh.
And every scene was like that. It didn't like there wasn't dialogue. It wasn't like, no, you have to see this. It was just like, we're gonna be gratuitous because we can, because
Yeah.
we're an app. So I'm frustrated because I
Sorry, man.
really was interested in the story, and I did like all the actors. So I don't know. Basically, I watched this while I was eating my lunch, and every time a fight scene started,
Are you okay? You about to throw up
I
right
just
now?
turned away, and and then
Man.
I was like, okay, I'll watch it again. But so I guess
Yeesh.
is that a review? I don't know.
Yeah. You
It's
got a
is a
second
lot of good stuff there,
Hmm.
but it's so stupid. The violence just ruins it.
You got a second season coming.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it for me. What about you, buddy? What have you been up to? You've
What
been
am
doing a lot of
I-
reading. You've been doing a lot of gaming. See any good movies?
Give me a second.
Sorry.
All right, I finished The Dead Zone.
Yes.
I didn't like it. Gave it 2 stars.
Okay.
I don't know if it's my least favorite Sting.
Sting?
I said Sting.
The
yeah.
wrestler?
Yes.
or the musician?
You know I'm talking about Sting,
Okay.
the musician.
Oh, the musician.
Yeah. No, I didn't like it, but again, we're going to talk more about that later.
Okay.
But I finished it, so I started reading Wolfen.
The Wolfen.
Yikes.
Back from episode 7, I think. It was one
Yeah,
of our very first Lonely Hearts book
It
clubs.
was it was a Lonely Hearts book club during the Halloween season.
Yeah.
And I had said I'd check it out. Actually, somebody left a comment a while back saying it's too bad we hadn't read The Wolfen because it's actually a pretty decent horror book.
Interesting.
I'm finding it to be slightly messy right now.
You mean like writing wise?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I
The
mean,
Wolfen's not like, I'll pick that up later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Wolfen, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah. So I'm not totally loving it. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe it'll get scary.
You're gonna go through it. You're gonna go
Yeah.
the distance.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember. I picked up a spooky book yesterday that I'm excited about reading. I don't remember the title.
Was it like a Scooby Doo book?
No.
Oh, I saw it on your Goodreads. It's Spots Halloween.
No, that's different. I
Okay.
read that to myself. I wasn't that interested in it.
Okay. All right. I've been reading lots of comics. I talk a lot of comics a lot of times
You
here,
do.
but I finished Journey into Mystery. This is young Loki just
Journey into Mystery.
running around, having a bit of a romp.
Okay.
She's trying not to be Loki-like, but
Good news, everyone.
Loki's in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Still, Loki's hanging out. Like adult Loki, evil Loki is still whispering and be like, "You should be bad." He's like, "No," but in the end, certain things are out of control.
Mm.
So, but I like it. It's pretty good. I almost said Blackbeard's Ghost, but that's yours.
Yeah, it is. It is mine.
I've been reading a lot. I've read more Ultimates stuff.
Okay.
So I've read like all the way up to Cataclysm, where like Galactus from the normal Marvel universe gets to the Ultimate Marvel universe and combines with the Galactus of the Ultimate universe to
Okay.
form like this Super Galactus. It's not very good.
It's the best kind of Galactus.
No. Also, I read Spider-Man.
Huh.
They can do whatever spiders
Still works.
can. Yeah, it still kind of works.
Still works.
Can.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spider-Man, this is where actually what happens is Spider-Man from the normal Marvel universe ends up in the Ultimate Universe and teams up with Miles Morales.
Okay.
They just hang out. It's fun. It's only like 5 issues.
That's great.
I'm sure some of this is going to play into that new Spider-Man movie that's coming out in December. Enter the Spider-Verse. Anything?
I'm
Anything?
excited to see
I'm
it.
drowning here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's all I read.
Oh, okay.
Moving on.
All right. How was your overall Halloween experience so far?
I'm not really doing
You're
Halloween
not
this
fe-
year.
Oh, gal.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't know, man.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I just haven't. I haven't gotten into it this much this year.
Okay.
I've just been kind of
All
holding
right.
back.
Well, let's move it into some book news then.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's some advance notices, folks. These are coming to you over the next couple of months. You're going to be seeing these. These are mostly December. So up first, we have Verses for the Dead, book number 18 in the Pendergast series by Preston and Child. And again, these always confuse me because I think that they're sci-fi or fantasy, but I also don't think that that's true. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Are you ready? FBI agent Pendergast must confront a strange, otherworldly circumstance, a new partnership in the latest entry in Preston and Child's #1 best-selling series. After an overhaul of leadership at the FBI's New York's office, Special Agent AXL Pendergast is forced to accept an unthinkable condition of
Axel?
It's A.X.L.
Like the dog movie that just came, the robot dog movie
I
with the
guess,
kid.
I guess,
And the
I
dog
know.
becomes like a ramp for his skateboard.
Anyway, he must work with his partner. Pendergast and his new
Okay.
teammate, junior FBI agent Cold Moon, are assigned to the case of a devious new killer whose killing spree spans the countryside and whose crimes are distinguished by a mysterious M.O., letters left at seemingly unrelated grave sites in the city of Miami. That the connection between these old deaths defies easy explanation is the least of Pendergast's worries. As Aloysius digs deeper, he soon realizes there may be more to the killer and
Alodelicious.
Pendergast's new partner than meets the eye. Well, that doesn't really give you much information. If you haven't read the first 17 books, I don't know if that one's going to pull you in. Book number 18.
I'm not going to read anything that's using the same spelling as the robot dog movie
You will not.
that you will enjoy.
Okay. Well, book number 22 in Ian Rankin's Inspector Rebus series. This is one I need to put on the book club at some point.
And Ian
This is a
Rankin?
long-running series.
You haven't yet?
I haven't. No.
Have you ever read one on your own?
No. I need to get in here. In a house of lies, everyone has something to
Oh,
hide.
no.
A missing private investigator is found locked in a car hidden deep in the woods. Worse still, both for his family and the police, is that his body was in an area that had already been searched. Everyone has secrets. Detective Inspector Sibone, how do you say that?
Sabone.
Is that how you do it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You're asking me?
Anyway, Detective Inspector Clark is part of a new inquiry. Combing through the mistakes of the original case, there were always suspicions over how the investigation was handled, and now, after a decade without answers, it's time for the truth. Nobody's innocent. Every officer involved must be questioned, and it seems everyone in the case has something to hide and everything to lose. Wow, they have everything to lose wrapped up in this case?
Everything.
They need to compartmentalize
All
their
of it.
life. They need to, too many eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
There's one man who knows where the trail may
Domino
lead,
trail.
and that it
Train.
could be the end of him.
Road.
John Rebus.
John Rebus.
John Rebus McIntyre. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that bad joke.
That was okay.
Nora Roberts is back. She was finally released from captivity by J.D. Robb, her dark alter ego.
Sure, yeah.
And this is book 2 in her Chronicles.
She has a Russell Crowe-like transformation when she becomes J.D. Robb.
Hey, look at me. I'm Russell Crowe. That's my impression
Yeah, we should
of
put that
Russell
in
Crowe's,
context, yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from
Yeah.
the poorly received
Yeah.
The Mummy.
But also
starring
kind of
Tom Cruise.
a Mick Jagger
Yeah,
impression.
it was a little bit like with
Yeah.
the arms and stuff. I see what you're saying. But that's neither here nor there. And you know
Yeah.
what is here? Nora Roberts.
Yeah.
In book 2 in the Chronicles of the One series of Blood and Bone.
Ooh.
Oh,
Come on, man. You can do it.
I can.
It's
They
Nora
look
Roberts.
like an everyday family living in an ordinary life, but beyond
Uh-oh.
the edges of this peaceful farm, unimaginable forces of light and dark have been unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
Fallon Swift, approaching her 30th birthday, barely knows the world that existed before. The city where her parents lived, now in ruins and reclaimed by nature since the doom sickened and killed billions. Traveling anywhere is a danger, as vicious gangs of raiders and fanatics called Purity Warriors search for their next victim. Those like Fallon in possession of gifts are hunted, and the time is coming when her true nature, her identity as the One, can no longer be hidden.
Mm.
In a mysterious shelter in the forest, her training is about to begin
Nice.
under the guidance of Malik, whose
Okay.
skills have been honed over centuries. She will learn the old ways of healing, study and spar, encounter fairies and elves and shifters, and find powers within herself she never imagined. And when the time is right, she will take up the sword and fight. For until she grows into the woman she was born to be, the world outside will never be whole again.
Okay.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
Pretty intense. Do you know what this is a sequel to?
The One, starring Jet Li and Jason Statham.
No. Nora Roberts, Year One.
Oh, this is the sequel to Year
Sequel
One.
to Year One.
Okay.
Yep, the official squeakquel.
All right.
That's it for me.
Year One is about the one
Yeah, it's about the one, and she is the one.
that I want.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, New York Times bestseller list.
Oh man, are we already there?
We sure
How
are.
time flies.
Take it away.
All right. Actually, a lot of new stuff this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the stuff that's off the top 10 list.
Well, let's-
Absolute remarkable thing, gone.
Gone.
Juror number 3, gone.
Oh, no.
Lethal White, Alaskan Holiday, gone.
Oh, boy.
Get out of here, in the bin.
Well, Alaskan Holiday's a Christmas book. What's it doing?
I don't know.
Coming out October 20th.
All right, let's try to figure this out.
Let's do it.
So number 10
Okay.
on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction
I'm
is Where the Crawdads Sing.
Mhm.
This isn't going anywhere,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Nick's nodding at me like I should be responding to Where the Crawdads
stuck
Sing.
here just like that nice lady was stuck in the marsh. This is
I don't
not
think
going
she's
anywhere.
stuck in the marsh.
Well, she lives in the marsh. I
Yeah.
mean, you're always a little stuck in the marsh.
Yeah, I guess.
You
I
know
guess
what
her
I mean?
house is not so much built, right? Stuck.
You don't think? Yeah.
They stuck her house
Yeah,
in the
they
marsh.
just like, and then they're like, well, that ain't going
and then,
anywhere.
yeah, it sunk a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep.
Sure. You shouldn't build your house in a marsh, though.
No, no.
It'll sink right at.
Children's songs taught me anything.
All right, so that was number 10.
Okay.
Number 9 is Vince Flynn, Red War.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Mitch Rapp.
Yep.
When Russia Prime Minister plots to invade the Baltics, only Mitch Rapp can stop him.
You were so over that Mitch Rapp description.
Yeah.
You're like, Mitch Rapp.
All right. Is this new? This
You
one?
tell
This
me.
is new this week. I might screw up the title and the author's name.
Ooh, fun.
Killing Commendator.
Okay.
By Haruki Murakami.
All right.
That is
How do I know that name? What else does she write?
okay, now we're doing some
sorry.
research.
No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
can vamp. We're looking up some names on Google.
No, I mean, you can keep going. That's
No,
why
did
there's-
he write
That's why there's two of us.
did he write no, I don't know.
Okay.
Let's see. This one.
What?
Norwegian Wood.
No,
It's
that's
1987.
That's not the one that I know.
What about IQ 84?
This is not fun for anyone.
You're the
so-
one who wanted to know.
I get. Yeah.
Get to
didn't-
it.
I didn't want it to go this way.
All right.
All right, keep going.
Now I've lost my place. Now I'm thinking of.
You were on Killing Commendatory.
There we are. The discovery of an unseen work in the artist's attic unleashes a series of bizarre occurrences that a painter must navigate.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
That was a bizarre occurrence that just happened to us.
I think it was.
Yeah. Number 7 is also new this week. I told you lots of new stuff
I'm
this week.
excited.
The Witch Elm by Tana French. After Toby Hennessy retreats to his family ancestral home, a skull discovered in the backyard exposes his family's past.
Look out now.
So, yeah, it's probably like gonna finally settle an old argument between like his grandfather and his grandmother.
Yeah,
which is
most
like,
likely.
I told you buried that skull out back. It's
Yeah.
like, ah. So,
Yeah, you're right.
number 6, A Spark of Light. This has been here for 2 weeks. This is Jodi Picoult.
Mm-hmm.
The lives of patients, doctors, and activists.
Eric's a big fan of her Wonder Woman run.
No, last week I said I wasn't.
I don't remember.
Intersect when a gunman holds them all hostage in a women's health center in Mississippi.
Yikes.
Can't even spell
Timely.
Mississippi. Number 5. New this week, Winter in Paradise. Do you got your tickets?
By Danielle Steele.
By Ellen Hildebrand.
Okay.
Irene
Yeah,
Steele.
yeah,
Spelt like Steele as Danielle Steele. Do you think
Wow.
she's coming at her?
Maybe.
All right. Irene Steele uncovers her husband's secret life on a Caribbean island following his death.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's...
So
There
he
it
has
is.
life after death, apparently.
Ooh, or he just had like a really cool
You
lifestyle.
think this is about her learning to believe in life after love? After love. After love. After love.
Jeez. All right. Number 4, Ambush by James Patterson and James O'Bourne, which I felt like when you came at me with that share bit.
Did you?
Yeah. No, that's all right. Michael Bennett. You like Michael Bennett. No, you don't. You like
Yeah,
Alex Cross.
Yeah, I've read
Michael
two,
Bennett
I've
can
read
hit the
two
road.
Michael Bennetts. They're
Okay.
just sort of like Alex Cross.
Okay.
basically.
Well, Michael Bennett discovers that an assassin is targeting him and his family.
Oh boy, there's
Mike-
he's got like 40 kids.
Huh?
He's got a
Does
bunch
he?
of little kids at home, and he also lives with a grandparent. So he's basically like the white Alex Cross, I think is sort of the
Okay.
thing, because they're very similar.
Okay.
That's all.
Because Alex Cross lives with his
Grandma.
grandmother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 3, new this week. The Clockmaker's Daughter, a century-old mystery of the Birchwood Manor on the Thames connects the lives of an activist and artist. You know what they say, the Clockmaker's children
Is
go watchless.
This is the vampire thing, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, that was Vampire Prince or whatever.
Vampire.
Is it
Prince.
century-old Birchwood the Thames connects the lives of an archivist and an artist?
I thought it was.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you brought it up last time.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Number 2, Holy Ghost by John Sanford. Virgil Flowers investigates shootings in Minnesota
Okay.
town following an attempt to revive its ailing economy.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I don't. I mean, I like Virgil Flowers. I don't follow that series, but I like those. Okay.
okay. Well, number 1, I guess it's kind of a big deal. I don't know. I didn't read the first one. The Next Person You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom.
Oh,
The sequel
Wow.
to 5 People You Meet in Heaven
Yeah.
follows Annie on her heavenly journey.
yeah.
That's all I got.
I like Mitch Albom. Okay.
How is the 5 People You Meet in Heaven?
I mean, that came out a long time ago.
I know, man.
The first one. I mean, I read two. Did you read any of them? Did you read Tuesdays with Maury or anything like that? That's
No.
nonfiction.
I saw a parody episode of the movie My Dinner with Andre.
That's different.
Okay.
That's different.
All right.
All right. Now I need to look. All right.
What?
So I want to know about the
5
the
People You
ones-
Meet in Heaven?
Yeah. The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Oh wow. Yeah. That came out in 2003.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
that was much older.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the 80s or
Still.
70s. 60s. Stop.
His
50s.
the thing. I don't know. I guess I stopped following him because I liked the 5 People You Meet in Heaven, which was 15 years ago.
Well, you probably like it because one of them is John Lennon.
No, it wasn't John
No,
Lennon.
he's not there.
And then he had one called For One More Day, which I didn't think worked at all.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't. I don't know. He got stuck on this whole like. There's the first phone call from heaven. Yeah, I haven't read anything from him in a
Yeah.
while. I don't think that this will get me to pick it back up.
All right.
That's my hot take on a book
Yeah.
that's 15 years old.
Yeah. So you think the phone rang, he picked it up, it was Alexander Graham Bell?
Yeah, probably.
And he's like,
Yeah.
hello?
Yeah, I'm calling from heaven.
Oh,
Is this Mitch Albom?
yes.
Maury's here.
Oh. Can you tell him I just left?
Jack Lemmon was in the movie. He played
Tuesdays?
Maury in the movie. Yeah, I
Who
think it
played
might have been his
Tuesday?
last thing.
Oh,
I think it was
go on. Yes.
what's his name from The Simpsons and other
Mhm.
things. Hank Azaria.
Al Brooks?
Hank Azaria.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it played Mitch Albom. in
okay.
that.
Brad Bird.
No,
Matt Groening.
I already said who it
Okay. Graining?
was. No.
Hmm.
No.
All right.
All right, let's play a little music now.
You just silently.
Yeah. All right. So
Nick doesn't hear the music when it plays, but he
Yeah,
still dances
I
as it,
do.
when the music's playing. So,
Right.
yeah. But he's got headphones in,
Yeah.
and even though he's only hearing what I hear and I'm hearing nothing, part of me still wonders, is he hearing
Can I hear
music
the
in those
music? Well,
headphones?
yeah, acting. All right. So we want to talk about the Man Booker Prize a little bit. So the Man Booker Prize was established in 1969. The winner
Uh-huh.
receives £50,000 as well as
Oh,
£2,500 are awarded to each of the shortlisted authors. And the aim of the Man Booker Prize
I'm trying to lose 10.
is
I can't.
to-
Can't even bother with that prize then.
so stupid.
Go on.
One of the goals of the Man Booker Prize is to take a book that they really like and
Mhm.
sort of elevate it, give it a more wide exposure. It is sort of towards boosting sales and that sort of thing. So
Right.
that differs from some of the other major awards. So let's start with the short list. Do you have
Okay.
the short list up in front of you there?
Of sorts?
Okay.
Yes, I do.
All right. Here is your short list. They are The Long Take by Robin Robertson, an author out of the UK. The Overstory by Richard Powers from the USA. The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner, also from the USA. Everything Under by Daisy Johnson from the UK. Washington Black by Isai Adugan from Canada. And the winner, Milkman by Anna Burns from the UK. So this was not one that was on my radar before this. Do you remember this coming out? Do you remember talking about it coming out?
No.
Okay, I don't remember reading reviews about it or anything.
No.
This one,
The only one I recognized there was the Mars Room, only
yeah.
because I recognized the cover.
yeah, it's a great cover. It's a great cover. You can find information about all of these more in depth than we're going on the Man Booker's website, which is themanbookerprize.com. You can see past winners, the current winner, and all the short lists and everything. So let me give you a little background on The Milkman by Anna Burns. In this unnamed city, to be interesting is dangerous. Middle sister, our protagonist, is busy attempting to keep her mother from discovering her maybe boyfriend and to keep everyone in the dark about her encounter with Milkman. But when the first brother-in-law sniffs out her struggle and rumors start to swell, middle sister becomes interesting. The last thing she ever wanted to be interesting is to be noticed, and to be noticed is dangerous. Milkman is a tale of gossip and hearsay, silence and deliberate deafness. It is the story of inaction with enormous consequences. Interesting. It sounds sort of like almost like vaguely sci-fi-esque.
Oh.
You don't think? You think it's just very literal?
Yes.
Okay.
Mom had an affair with the milkman.
Oh, okay.
Had the second child.
Sure. All right, here's a word from the chair of the judges, Kwame Anthony Appiah. The language of Anna Burns' Milkman is simply marvelous, beginning with the distinctive and consistently realized voice of the funny, resilient, astute, plain-spoken first-person protagonist. From the opening page, her words pull us into the daily violence of her world, threats of murder, people killed by state hit squads, while responding to the everyday realities of her life as a young woman, negotiating a way between the demands of family, friends, and lovers in an unsettled time. The novel delineates brilliantly the power of gossip and social pressure in a tight-knit community and shows how both rumor and political loyalties can be put in the service of a relentless campaign of individual sexual harassment. Burns draws on the experience of Northern Ireland during the Troubles to portray a world that allows individuals to abuse the power granted by a community to those who resist the state on their behalf. Yet this is never a novel about just one place or time. The locale is in service to an exploration of the universal experience of societies in crisis. Well, that sounds very interesting, but it sounds like it'd be a real downer as well. It sounds a little too on point given the climate of the world at the moment, which is probably why it's getting so much attention now. Since this has been announced, sales have skyrocketed. They're quickly getting an audiobook version out, which until this point there hasn't been one, so that's cool. We will have this in our collection. I really like the cover. It's very simple. It's what do you call that? It's a sky. I mean, it's a
skyline.
It's a pink skyline.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really nice. It's very simple.
We do call it the sky.
The sky.
Yeah.
Well, because I was thinking landscape, but that's not really right.
Skyscape.
Because that doesn't sound right either. That sounds like a sci-fi game from the 70s. Well, that's it.
Skybox.
That could be fun. The trading cards. Anyway, the Man Booker Prize, you can find out more at manbookerprize.com. Congratulations to the author, Anna Burns. And I'm probably going to read this.
Nice.
I'd like to check it out.
Good.
So when we get it, I will update you on the progress.
Okay.
All right.
That's how.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about Stephen King again.
Yeah.
Stephen King's got a lot of play on this podcast over the years, thanks mostly to Halloween. But this was part of our Page Turners book club. So if you're not familiar with our book clubs here, we do have two. Page Turners meets the first Wednesday of every month, though this time we're meeting a little early so we can meet right on Halloween. We meet at 3:30 the first Wednesday of every month, and we usually do mysteries and thrillers and that sort of thing. That's what the focus is
Of which
on.
this is neither. Go on.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. So in the past, what are some of the other Stephen Kings we've done? Salem's Lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? I think we've done more, but I can't remember now. Which ones have we done together?
You and I,
versus
Dr. Sleep, Pet Cemetery,
and The
Shining.
Shining. Yeah. So this is the only one that we've done for the library, I guess. Huh. That's interesting. It feels like we've done more. Well, of course, and Needful Things just recently.
Right.
But The Dead Zone, now I was mostly familiar with this book through the early 2000s series with Anthony Michael Hall on USA.
Yeah.
That's how I knew of it. I didn't know until pretty recently, really, that there was even a movie with Christopher Walken.
Oh, really?
Which is strange.
I've known that for quite 1983.
1983. Yeah, I mean, that's a really strange casting, having read the book, don't you think?
I don't know. I don't know what Walken was like in 1983.
Yeah, but I
probably
think
not that different.
I think Anthony Michael Hall is a pretty good shot just because he's just kind of I don't want to say bland.
Right.
But he just is kind of a simple, his name's John Smith. I think he's supposed to be a very nondescript kind of guy.
Yeah, take
and
that,
Christopher
Anthony Michael
Walken
Hall.
is descript.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a weird thing. But basically, what you have is, without spoiling anything, John Smith is the protagonist. He has an early childhood accident where he gets a bad head injury and then just sort of bounces back and is fine. Later in life, He has sort of a, would you say like a precog kind of a power? Even before the second accident, he has kind of a sense of things.
Yeah.
But it's never really developed, I don't think. Do you?
No.
There's he and his girlfriend are at a carnival, and he's doing like a Wheel of Fortune sort of thing,
Right.
and keeps hitting over and over and over and over and over again, because he's sort of using this power, and he doesn't really seem aware of it at that point.
He describes it as just always having a feeling.
Right.
So it's not something that he like knows about.
Yeah.
Just I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get the sense that he would define it as like, I have a power.
Yeah.
It's just sort of in the situation.
It's almost like when Jerry Seinfeld realizes he always comes up even.
Yeah.
He's always even Stevens.
Yeah.
So that's
yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
Same kind
that's
of thing.
it.
Same
That's
kind of
exactly-
thing. It's just he kind of
Yeah.
has a nudge in the right direction.
yeah.
Well, then there's a second incident,
Yeah.
and he's in a coma, not
Wait
expected
till
to
the third
recover
incident.
for a long time. What is it, 5 years?
long
time.
Yes, 5 years.
So in that time, like his family has pretty much lost everything, like paying for
Yeah.
his medical bills and that sort of thing.
Nam has
His-
ended.
Yes. His girlfriend has moved on, is married with children, and he wakes up and instantly that little like precog whatever sense that he had is a full force like what would you call it? Telepathy?
No, it's still precog.
Is it?
Well,
I mean, I guess he can't control.
no. Sometimes it's like this is a thing that has happened.
Yeah.
And this is a thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, he'll grab someone and be like, one of the things that happens early on is he touches
Yeah.
someone and is like, that ring you lost is in this
Yeah.
place. But other times,
He's like,
it's
you're gonna be president.
yeah, don't go anywhere tonight because like
Yeah.
something's gonna burn down or
Yeah.
whatever.
Like in the book Carrie.
So yeah, which is directly mentioned
Yes.
in this book, which I thought was
Somebody yelled
so
it straight at
tacky.
him. So
It was really tacky.
he's
It's
a freak, like in that book.
like in that
Carrie.
book, Carrie. Yeah. Ooh.
By my favorite author, Stephen King.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you read
why.
other books by Stephen King?
Yeah.
Can I suggest them to you? Here's a list.
Yeah. It was corny. It was definitely corny.
Why, here's Stephen King right now.
So you kind of the book is really in I don't know if it's specifically in 3 segments, like if it's laid out that way, but it feels that way. You have
yeah.
like a pre-accident, you have during the accident, I guess maybe 4, because you have you have during the accident while everybody else keeps going, and then Johnny's back dealing with the powers,
Better
and
than
then
ever.
you have a final section,
Yeah.
which to me was the hands down the worst part of the book. Disagree?
I mean, I didn't like any part. I guess
didn't?
you're right. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't like any part of it.
Not really. I
Okay.
guess like at the beginning when he starts being like, all these things,
Yeah.
your mom,
Yeah.
the murderer. But I think what I wanted from this book was that he uses his super psychic powers to,
Like prevent things from happening.
yeah, or even just to solve like murders.
Yeah.
And instead, it just becomes like a political,
Yes.
not even thriller.
No.
Just maybe
Just
thriller
to
is the
really,
right.
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a very slow march to a very obvious conclusion. But I mean, what was disappointing for me was that I actually was really into it, like up through him waking up, because he wakes up. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to give a little bit of this away to discuss.
From
it, really.
1983.
Yeah. So he
So-
wakes up, and the word spreads pretty quickly that he has this power, which I also think was kind of
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like that
don't know
everybody
how
on
that-
Earth knew his name and was coming
Yeah.
to him. I'm like, ugh.
I mean, it's just the kind of thing like you hear in a tabloid, and you're like,
Yeah.
whatever. I just
Yeah.
don't.
I guess
I
I'm a
just-
simple man with simple taste.
Yeah.
The only person I want him to know is his dad,
Yeah.
his ex-girlfriend who's now married to somebody else,
Right.
and the police chief.
And his doctor. I think the doctor.
Yeah,
was a
the
good
doctor's
character. He's a
fine.
doctor who like basically believes him right away
Yeah.
and is a very helpful.
But I want the
character.
police chief to always be doubting it, but
Yeah.
still always have to rely
Yeah,
on
well,
him.
that
like,
is the
yeah.
classic. That's the classic thing
So-
that happens.
You know, I wouldn't be coming to you if I had any other choice.
Exactly.
What do you got?
Exactly. But
You don't know?
I was interested.
Doesn't work
like I
like
said, I was interested before. Like I
Yeah.
thought the setup was interesting. I thought we were going to a good spot.
Yeah.
And then after he wakes up and sort of gets established, we have this serial killer plot
Yeah.
that's been happening
For
you
all
know?
of 10 pages.
Exactly. And so you think like, okay, now we're going to settle into this next segment where he's going to be like trying to track down this serial killer.
Right.
And instead, he just like touches one thing and he's like, oh, it's this guy.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
So it really seemed like that was going to take us in a direction that
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But that last section where basically there's an up and coming political candidate and
If he
gets
becomes president, he's going to start like a nuclear war.
yeah. So then the question is like, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
But one of the things that I thought took away a lot of the tension in it was that there was never any ambiguity about his
Vision.
visions.
It was just going to happen.
Yes. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't like, he has a vision, the events unfold, and then you sort of be like, oh, that's what he meant. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not like you have to sort of interpret the things that he's seeing or saying. It's a very literal, like, this building will burn down
Right.
at 7:00 on this day.
Yeah.
So, like with everything a foregone conclusion, it's just
Yeah.
sort of like, does anybody have any
Look,
choices? I mean, he really has to.
Yeah.
He has to go through with his plan. There's
Yeah.
no. He has to.
I'm not saying I'm a better writer than Stephen King and that I could have fixed this book, but it does seem like you just be like, he sees pieces
Yeah.
and snippets and then has to put it together.
Yeah.
Like, the burning.
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
Where are children going to be?
Yeah.
And then he figures out.
Or if there was ever any kind of levels, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? If it's like a really simple thing, he can just sort of be like, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
And the other one, he needs like more.
Can he say,
needs more.
whoop,
Yeah,
there it
yeah.
is. Yes.
But if it was like with a bigger situation, he needed more pieces.
Right.
You know, he needed to like touch this thing and experience that and blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. But I don't really know, like you finish a book and like, I guess usually maybe just because of the book clubs, I tend to sort of think like, so what is the takeaway? You know,
Uh-huh.
what was it? Like, was it a mystery? Was it about like Johnny's journey? Was it about politics? I don't know. Do you know?
It was about Stephen King does not trust organized religion
That's true.
at all, but
But
all
that-
his books are about
But
that.
that wasn't even the Johnny's mother.
Well,
is
yeah.
is like a crazy.
She's crazy, but somehow she becomes like the voice of reason in his mind.
yeah,
And so it's basically with great power comes great responsibility.
yeah.
And that's Johnny's like takeaway. He's got all this power, so he has to make a sacrifice.
Were this in Needful Things? Were they contemporaries? Did they come around at the same time? Do you
I don't
know
know.
the book-wise? Okay.
No, I don't know.
Because it sort of felt like with Needful Things, I didn't really get into that book because you sort of like the premise is there's an antique store that's basically run by the devil, and if you buy something from there, you're kind of roped into
You're
doing
screwed.
doing something that you don't want to do,
Yeah.
you know. And right there, you know the whole book, so you don't even have
Yeah.
to read it anymore because that's it. The devil tricks people into not even tricks people; he just trades people, and then they have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, once you know that premise, there's no place to go. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like with this, too. Johnny can see the future and sometimes the past, which is actually a really good tagline. But it didn't work for the book. I don't think.
Yeah. I don't think it was strong at all.
All right, let's
think
talk
it
about
was-
the other.
Oh.
I mean, the movie, I think,
Haven't
follows
seen.
the book pretty closely, is my understanding. But I've
Oh.
never, like, I didn't know it was a thing, and now I'm really not that interested to watch it.
Okay.
The show, I thought actually handled things a little better. Like the relationship between him and Sarah was a little different.
Man, I could not care less about his relationship with Sarah, pre or post accident.
well, I think that there's a world in which that would have been an interesting relationship if
I found Sarah to be kind of blah
Yeah.
as a character. So even like at the very beginning when they're together, I'm like, I guess I can see why they're together. But
Yeah.
then when it wasn't, I'm like, she seemed to be have all these like feelings saved for him
yeah,
that just seemed to come out and like I was like, I read your relationship
Yeah.
before you went into the coma. You
Right.
did not have these.
I know.
You have made these feelings
yeah,
up.
I agree. I agree.
so
Well, that's what I'm saying about the TV show. It's like
Yeah.
it gives them a deeper relationship. They have a
Yeah.
child in the
Yeah.
TV show. And he does use his powers like episodically to
Yeah.
like solve little crimes and mysteries and things. And then it's interesting, but here, oh boy, it's just not. It's just not.
right.
I don't know. This I'm frustrated because I liked the start so much. I thought there was a time when I thought this might be like the best Stephen King book I've read.
Right. Wow.
And then it just
Hmm.
I don't know. It just totally derailed, and I really truly hated the political segment.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe I'm just sick of politics, but I just thought that whole
Yeah.
storyline was just like it was just so one note and so obvious and such a foregone conclusion that I just felt like, why does this book have another 100 pages left in it? You know, I'm
right.
not interested. I don't want to know. So anyway, I would say thumbs down.
Sorry,
I
man.
think I liked it better than you because I really was into the early part, but by the end,
Probably,
it
yeah.
really,
I
it
was
really fell apart.
the whole thing became a slog for this
Yeah,
guy.
I agree.
So that's it. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
have anything. I don't have anything to add other than
Yeah.
I used to watch the show as a teenager, and I watched the whole like first season basically, and I
Mhm.
liked it. So that's why I was coming to this one. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll check it out. But no, I was disappointed.
Okay.
So
Well, I can tell you that it's been a little while since I read. I mean, last year we read Gwendy's Button Box by Stephen King and somebody else, Stephen Baxter, I think. I thought that was pretty strong. My favorite, though, is still probably Finders Keepers, which is a pretty recent one. It's the middle in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Finders Keepers, Bag of Bones, 11/22/63, The Shining. I mean, those are the tip top for me. I am a pretty big Stephen King fan, as we discovered walking back from Needful Things when we were trying to name all the Stephen Kings that we read.
Yeah, like it was. It was just silly because I was like, I think I've read like 8 of his books, and you're like, I've read a lot, and it was just like, well, yes, everybody could have told you that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
anybody could have told you that.
Yeah, you're right.
You were shocked to see that you were in the high teens or whatnot.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I don't know.
It was strange to me to see how surprised you were.
Well, it was higher than I thought because I think it's like I've read like 18 Stephen King books or something, which is a whole lot.
Well, I was kind of because we were talking. What were we talking? Were we talking about the Dead Zone? Or so you asked me what Stephen King books I liked.
Oh yeah, because in the book club you said that
Salem's Lot's the only ones I liked. But then I started thinking of the ones I've read. I was like, oh, I did like that one, and that one was good. And then I was like, crap, I've read like 8 of these now. So anyway, I guess the only ones I've hated have been The Shining and The Gunslinger. Oh, and The Dead Zone.
You hated The Shining.
It was just very, very long.
That's true.
I don't know.
The Dead Zone is my 20th Stephen King book.
Congratulations.
You did it. Counted it right now.
You did 20.
That's what it is. And I really hated End of Watch, and I didn't like Hearts in Atlantis either.
No.
And I stopped reading Under the Dome because I thought it was real bad.
Yeah. And it was 800
Who
pages.
knows? Yeah. But so is 11/22/63, and I couldn't put that one down.
Yeah, but you like presidential stuff.
I do. And time travel. I mean, it checked a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It was almost a thievery of your Time Fox concept.
That's true. You're right. You're right. Oh, Time Fox.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, we both read The Dead Zone. We recommend maybe not reading The Dead Zone. Go find the first season of
the TV
Anthony
show.
Michael Halls and watch that.
I'll tell you what we do recommend, though, coming and talking to us about The Dead Zone on Halloween. So October 31st at 3:30, we're going to have snacks. We're going to sit down. We're going to just go through The Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Rehash all the things we just had. But we're going to have people there who liked it, and I'm really interested to hear what they were able to pull out of it. So that should be interesting. That's coming up on the 31st. And the other book club, Patron Picks, is currently reading Her Royal Spinus by Reese Bowen. This is a murder mystery. I think probably a little bit of a cozy murder mystery.
Yeah.
But it's a long-running series, and it's pretty popular. Won the Agatha Award and the Anthony Award. So, pretty well received. That's going to be mid-November. I don't remember the date right now. It's always the third Tuesday in November. So I hope you'll join us for those. And I guess that segues right into library news.
Whoa. What just happened?
We've got some concerts coming up on, Friday the 26th at 7 o'clock and Sunday the 28th at 3 o'clock.
Jeez.
We have the Genesee Valley Chorus, who's coming to do their concert. Same concert both nights, so if one works better for you, come to either or. And then on the 30th, we have Hungry Town. This is a new folk band coming to us, not Halloween themed, just to preempt your
Are they going to sing Hungry Heart? By Bruce Springsteen?
Maybe.
Everybody's got a hunger. No, I might be saying that wrong.
I think
Go on.
That's it.
Oh.
Those are the big things. What about you? Tell us a little bit about the Halloween party.
Yeah. All right. Hungry Heart.
That's no. On the 27th, we're having a kids' Halloween party.
Well, actually, the 26th, we're also showing in the morning.
That's right.
Hotel Transylvania.
I don't have
3, yes.
Yep.
I don't have the time in front of me. Is that a morning?
10.
Thank you.
Yep.
So 10 o'clock on Friday. So the 26th, we're showing Hotel Transylvania 3. But on the 27th, that's a Saturday, we have a whole bunch of Halloween stuff happening.
Yes, we do.
So if you come to the library at 12:30 p.m., you can see Hawk Creek's Wildlife Center. They're bringing 3 owls for their Harry Potter Owls presentation. They bring 3 owls. It's a 30-minute program. They talk about the owls. You get to see them up close. With the Harry Potter theme. And then after that, we have our kids' Halloween party, and that goes for about an hour or so. And after the Halloween party, we're showing Scooby-Doo and the Gourmet Ghosts, starring
Bobby Flay.
And Scooby-Doo.
And Scooby. Scooby's there as well.
Yeah.
Scooby is there as well.
You can bet that Bobby Flay is going to make a prime A Scooby snack.
Probably. Yeah. Hey, are you doing like a teen night on the actual Halloween night, or did you decide to
in town? There's actually a Halloween block party going on in Wellsville.
Okay.
Pearl Street. I don't have all the information, but it's easy to find online.
Party
it's not
on
part of the
Pearl
library,
Street.
but it's close to the library, so that's happening on Halloween night. So That's what I've got.
Yeah, you sure do.
But I mean, this week is still teen night. What are we watching? We're watching Black Clover as part of Crunchyroll.
What is that?
It's an anime.
Okay.
We have the manga here.
Exciting.
Black Clover, yeah.
Manga still going like gangbusters?
Yeah, people like the manga. We
That's
got
good.
a bunch of new series that are up there. Two Year Eternity, The Promised Neverland, Astra Lost in Space. Some good stuff. I've been meaning to, and I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to pick up the Gundam Thunderbolt because it looks cool. And I want to read it. So I'll be back with some of that sometime. All right.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's going to do it.
Okay.
Do we know what we're talking about next week, or is it a surprise? Is it a
Jeez.
mystery?
What is next week? Next week is the last one before Halloween.
Oh, okay.
We've been talking Halloween like 5 weeks
We
now.
sure have.
So
We sure have.
maybe we'll just sit in the microphone in silence, and then after 5 minutes we'll scream
Yeah.
and
that's a
give
good
everybody
idea.
a scare.
That's a good idea.
That'll
We'll
be
practice
fun.
our ghost sounds for
Yeah.
45
Yeah.
minutes.
We'll just do an old time radio show
Yeah.
with watermelons.
Yeah. Walk,
and-
walk.
Yeah.
Creek.
Yep. Hi, Nick.
That sounds great.
Did you hear that ghost? Anyway. Sorry.
No, it sounds perfect.
All
That
right.
sounds perfect. Hopefully by then you'll be more in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah.
I hate to see it like this. You look terrible.
What?
Oh,
I'm fine.
Oh.
The
okay.
lack of Halloween
Oh, okay.
spirit
Yeah.
in me is not causing any physical defects.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
I'm healthier than I've ever been.
I was just going to say that.
Oh,
I was
my
going to say it. Yeah,
gosh.
you're looking good. You're looking real good. So anyway, on that note, we wish you a spooky good evening.
Is that what?
That's the
That's the
yeah.
end? No, that's not the end.
Good night, everybody. You've been
Okay.
great.
Wow.
You didn't like the spooky?
No.
Well,
All right. Twitch is still live though.
okay.
I listened to Huckleberry Finn many years ago, read by Elijah Wood
Oh,
from
yeah.
Audible.
I haven't. I haven't read Huck Finn or Tom Sawyer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I got to get on board, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. what
Uh,
was someone asking about a book?
yeah. Tattooed Virgo suggested the book Conjurer's Bird, or he really liked it, along with Go Ask Alice,
Okay.
which I have not read.
What is Go Ask Alice?
She has amnesia.
Ooh. Wait, is that the podcast thing? No. That's
No.
Alice is Dead? I don't know.
I don't.
Sorry. All right. Go Ask Alice and the Conjurer's Bird. Are they spooky? Are they like Halloween spooky?
I think they're just supposed to be very good books
Oh, okay.
that he's wondering if we had read,
All right.
and I hadn't. Though I've heard of Go Ask Alice. People have come up to me and asked if we have it here at the library.
And you're like, Go Ask Alice. No, you don't say
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay. We've talked about this before.
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, and sometimes I sing "White
Yeah.
Rabbit" by Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah,
and that
you
says,
do.
"Go ask Alice."
And I don't get it. Yep.
When she's 10 feet tall.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't read Go Ask Alice, but my friend Janie gave it 4 stars, so
Go ask Alice.
she liked it.
Yeah.
Yep. But I don't know anybody who read Conjurer's Bird, but they both look interesting, so I'm gonna check them out.
Okay.
Anything else we need to know?
Anything else that we're talking about? No. I was up late last night.
Were you?
Yeah.
Me too, man. I just couldn't sleep.
After
Wasn't anything
after
fun.
watching Wolf
Oh,
by Jack
God.
Nicholson, you're like,
Yeah.
I can't
I
sleep.
was too. Yeah, I was
So
just
much
too-
Wolf.
So much wolf. for me,
Yeah.
so.
You can find myself as Dusk versus Tweak on Twitter or Twitch.
Yeah. All things.
Going back to Code Veronica tonight.
What is that?
It's a Resident Evil game,
Oh.
but it's the last one I'm playing. I got burnt out by Resident Evil this season.
Okay.
They're very similar, and to play them back to back to back, it's just like, yep, here's the same tank controls.
It's a lot.
Just they're still using the D-pad.
I've got so much going on because I'm trying to adapt to having the Xbox One now.
I know, yeah.
So I played with my friends a little bit. I
Yeah.
played Minecraft.
Did you
which is-
really?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, we should talk. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Both my wife and my son are like, no, keep playing. I mean, they love it. It's like very
Right.
therapeutic or something for them.
Yeah.
So I finally built myself a bed because I kept like dying and losing everything.
Uh-huh.
So I built myself a bed and then I built a little house
In Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
Okay.
Yep.
I have tried to play Minecraft.
Yeah.
I've played it with like the kids here when
Yeah.
we do Minecraft Mondays and whatnot, and I just get like, I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
I just lose all initiative.
Yeah.
But-
well, basically, I mean, I was like,
But
I
I guess
have
I
to
don't
figure out the
yeah.
bed, you know?
Yeah.
So I got that, and then I was like, well, I
Yeah.
need to protect this. So then
Yeah.
I made the house, and then I was like, but it's dark. And now I
Right.
need fire. So I'm on a little trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, it is digital Legos.
Yeah.
It's just I was always better with the Legos that came with the instruction booklets. And they're like, now you have like an insect spaceship. And I'm like, sweet.
Yeah.
I was never good at like, I'm going to make an insect submarine.
Yeah.
So
So I teamed up with one of my college buddies. A shout out to Muddy Rudder on Xbox One, and I went into his world, and it was insane the
Right.
stuff that he's built. Like I was so like, hey, I built the house, and it
Right.
took like a long time,
Right.
you know. So seeing like the majesty of this like
Yeah.
kingdom he's created, I'm just
Yeah.
I
I'm
can't
not-
imagine.
I'm
ever.
not good with games that are just like, here's a sandbox. Make your own fun. I'm
I'm
like,
not either.
well, bye. I'm going to go
not
find
either.
fun.
See, I would never be playing Minecraft if it wasn't for like my friends also playing it and being
Yeah.
like, hey, you gotta come play with
And
us.
also your 4-year-old son being like, build a
Yeah,
bed,
he
Dad.
does like it.
Yeah.
Like first thing this morning, he was like, "Can we play Minecraft?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What? What time is that?"
Yeah, no, you've damned
So.
yourself to an eternity of Minecraft
I guess
now
so.
with him
I
and
guess
your
so.
friends.
Yeah.
Did you play Destiny?
Yeah.
And?
I'm not that far into it. I
Yeah.
beat the first little bit, and then I got to the farm, and then I'm like started the first mission. I just haven't gone back to it.
Okay. I don't know
So.
anything about Destiny.
I liked it.
I've never
I mean,
played
I'm playing Destiny 2.
Right.
So I didn't play Destiny 1. I don't know if that's a big deal.
I think you're fine.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I like it. It
Yeah.
feels very. It reminds me of like,
college.
yeah,
There you go.
the old like Quake or like Voyager Elite Force or Red Faction. It's that. It feels like that kind of game. I guess I haven't played a first person shooter in a very long time.
Right.
So
All right.
like since college
Yeah.
probably.
So just bouncing around
Yep.
and trying not to get shot.
Yep. But
Yeah.
I'm loving Uncharted 2.
Oh,
Which is
you did it.
very dated, but
did it.
I'm definitely into that.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Let's go back to work.
Okay.
Some real work. Now
All
this is
right.
fine. You do what
Thank
you
you.
love.
Yeah.
You don't
You
work
never
a day
work
in
a
your
day
life.
in your
Yeah.
life. Amen to
Yeah.
that. Amen to that.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you for the book recommendations. We'll check them out.
Yeah. Well, Nick will.
I will.
Well, I mean, I'll probably read the Go Ask Alice. What Alice Forgot sometime. Wait, which
Mhm.
one? Go Ask
Go
Alice.
ask Alice.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.